All right, now that we're back on track again, I got a lot of videos in process. So this is just a quick channel update. It'll let you know where I'm at, where I'm going, and what you should expect in the next few weeks. So it's been a month. As many of you may know, we've been moving my dad into assisted living, and I've been taking over getting his finances organized. So that's taking a ton of my time. But you know, you got to take care of family. Love you, Dad. Hope you're watching this. But things are settling down. Things are getting under control. So I'm having a lot more time. For me, when I'm on a creative project, sometimes I just need to set it aside and let it gestate for a while. And then my brain goes, oh, I got a solution. I don't expect to have this long a gap again in the future, but I think part of the defense against that is I'm planning on keeping 4 to 6 videos in production at any one time from now on. That means that if one needs to be set aside, that's fine. If one needs to wait for parts, that's fine. I've struggled to do this, but hey, this is a learning experience. So without further ado, let's take a look at some of the projects that I'm currently working on videos for. So while we were loading the stone collection, I remember seeing a VIC-20 that I thought was kind of weird, but I didn't know what it was, and it got shoved in a box. While I was working on the 128D, I needed to find some things for it, and while I was looking for those things in some of the boxes, I found that VIC-20. And lo and behold, it's a PET VIC. So VIC-20 with a PET keyboard. And so I plan on doing a restoration of this over the next couple of weeks, and there should be a video out sometime, you know, in the next 6-8 videos should be one on this VIC-20. Now, speaking of a PET keyboard, I've got a PET 4032 that was generously donated by Sean at Geek with Social Skills. And I really appreciate the machine, and I want to get it working. So by the time you see this, I've probably cracked into it and started recording. Another project that I'm starting on is trying to get one of these IBMs working for DOScember. I don't know if I can do it. These things are a mess. So I'll be getting a video out, at least opening all 3 of them up, all 4 of them really if you want to count the 5170, and see what's inside and see if we can make a working machine. Another thing that is on my list right now as a priority is right here. I've got the power supply for the Amiga 4000. This is not putting out 5 volts. I've got a cap kit that just came in. I don't know that that's going to fix it, but it seems like the place to start. Switching power supplies can be really sensitive about caps. So once I get the caps in, I can see where it's at, and who knows, maybe I need to change a voltage regulator or something, but we'll find out. And then I'm also working on a Commodore 128 for Carl for his family. So this is Carl's personal machine that he used. Doing that depends on when I can get Stone in here, but once Stone is in here, we will work on that machine and get that together for him. I have so many things to work on, it's crazy. So another thing that I'm doing sooner than later, and I'm not sure how much is going to get recorded, is I'm going to be doing a bunch of Commodore 64s and 1541 drives to list on the website for the holiday season. I never really planned to get into the whole business of selling stuff like this, but I really don't have a choice because I need space. As you can see, my shop is a nightmare. Anytime I try to do anything, it's Tetris. To set up this camera, I had to move stuff, to fit stuff, to get the tripod in. It's just crazy. Now, those are my short-term projects. For the medium-term videos, I have a very special video I've actually been working on for a long time about the year I got my first computer, which was 1983. I have this pair of CBM 8050 floppy drives for the pets, and so hopefully I can get at least one of them working. They're a big old dual drive. They're really cool. So also the 2 Amiga 2000s from the TV Studio Amigas really need to be gotten to. One of them's a real mess, but I at least need to get in there and check the hard drives because there's drivers hopefully for some software that has been lost that some people are asking me about every once in a while, and I really need to get to it. Another medium to long term is I want to start a long-term project that'll be a series of videos over time in the process of getting Rick's Amiga 3000 going. That machine is the machine that our newsletters were edited on back in the day. The hard drive may well have some of our old newsletters that are lost. I have a few here that are printed, but the hard copy ones are not there. Other than that, there's so many machines that need restored. I have stacks of Commodore 64s. I have VIC-20s. So the PET 4032, I want to do short term, both to get it running, but also it's going to serve to get my feet wet on dealing with PETs, because I've never worked on PETs before. Once the 4032 is working, my next PET will probably be this one. And this was at the Stone Collection, and I was shocked when I found it there. And this is a Commodore B128-80. It's basically a PET made around 1982 for business, but it has a SID in it. So this is just a fascinating machine, and I don't want to dig into it until I get a little bit more experience with this particular architecture. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then finally, I'm sure there's some things that are slipping my mind because I'm doing this off the cuff. Time has just been crazy lately. So expect some other things. I've got the store going just to get rid of some stuff and to make some space. And I've got a whole lot of personal projects that I really want to get done. If you want more information on stuff from behind the scenes, I sometimes publish some little short stuff on RavenWolf Bits and Bobs. It's just a place where I throw stuff that really doesn't fit on the main channel. But my Twitter is a good place to get information. I also want to call out right here my first 3 Patreons. Thank you guys. I really appreciate your support. So yeah, that's where we're at. The place is a mess, but we're making progress and lots of projects in the works. So until next time, thanks for coming.